I think we should go talk to...
All right.
What was her name? Ultera. You see Altera the Diviner. She waves a gnarled hand at your approach. Aye, back again, are you? What you be wanting? No, I cannot ask you about the portal thing or the girl's father. For some reason. I've lost my name, can you find it for me? Ah, it's just the same. I don't seem to be able to talk to her about that thing.
All right.
Is this a house? Well, it should be, but it is not. I'm going to be extra careful. So, we also regained our health pretty well. Almost there. Maybe that one you could use.
Grow strong.
How many spell slots do you have? I needed to try my pickpocket. Eventually. Should we go to Farod and then go to the catacombs? I have really no idea on how. Oh, that's a house. I have no idea how to proceed, really. Wow, Ojo's house. Oh god, that's creative, I suppose. These rugs look like they've been chewed on. This wall looks like it's ready to collapse at any moment. The stones are loose and it is riddled with holes. No, I didn't mean that. Well, so what's going on here? The small candle is giving off
I don't trust the Gith.
anemic light. This is a candle? Seriously, it looks like a dead person that has been stuck in a group of rocks to keep upright. That's what I see. Ojo? You see a burly man with a slack jaw. The spark of intelligence is in his eyes, little more than a brief flare. Really? Who are you? He blinks at you. Who are you? Ojo. Okay, Ojo. Questions? Ojo just stares. What do you do here? Ojo talk. He stops abruptly and begins massaging his hand. Examine his hand. There is a small inflamed scab on his skin. As you watch, he peels the scab away again. What happened to your hand? Bit. Who bit you? He looks at the wall and looks back at you. Man in the wall. There is a man in the wall? He looks at the wall and then looks back at you. What does the man in the wall say? Tells about crying stone place. Tells stories. I tell stories too. Stories about what? He looks at the wall and falls silent. Alright then, tell me about the man in the wall again. He looks at the wall and then looks back at you. How does he look like? Small, red eyes, hairy. Sounds like a rat. He nods. Alright. What wall is he in? He points at the wall. You notice a small hole in it. Upon closer examination, you see that the hole is rugged, as if it had been chewed out by a rat. This looks like it was chewed by a rat. He nods. Sorry, I exited combat. Ojo turns away from the wall and looks at you dully. Hey there, big hitter. How's your friend in the wall? Oh, come on, Morte. Ojo turns away from the wall and stares at Morte, a slow smolder in his eyes. Morte, you shouldn't mock him. Morte ducks his head. Whatever you say, boss. The people of this village? What about Marta? Scary witch, alright. Farod. Ferod. Grease. Dead. Who's Grease? Is the father of the girl? One of my characters is called Grease. It means, the word means grey. I don't know in which language. Is it French? I don't really remember, but... How do you know he's dead? Man in the wall told me. Okay. What did he tell? He's dead. Where is he dead? In a crying place. Alright. You mean the Weeping Stone Catacombs? Yes. How about the other villages? Quint. Alright. I think we've had enough. I think we've had enough of this. I hear the ratties. I don't really I can't perform an action in here, so I think we need to go.
I'm gone.
Can you answer me now? Nope. I don't have any possible way to ask her about that. I think we've already been in here. It's a little bit confusing. Whenever I go back to the main map, I will have to check every building that is not facing me directly, because if only I could highlight, you know. Should we go to the catacombs then? I suppose these are the catacombs. No, there are guards here as well. Yeah. Okay, let's go talking with these guards first. I don't know what we will be finding. The guard narrows his eyes and looks your way as you approach, but says nothing. What's through the archway? Farod and his court cutter, mind yourself in there, and watch your tongue. He's in as foul a mood as ever. So we are allowed in, just like that? I'm okay. His court. My god. What's this purple thing?
All right.
Nuclear waste? This looks like a giant door, but it's not a door, alright. I can't touch anything. I mean, I can't touch anything. I don't find any descriptions about any of the environment. It's saying nothing to me. Oh. Farod. Oh, okay. I thought he was. Oh, look at his throne.
What's up? Sure, why not?
It's a hand, right? I cannot see it better. Wow, look at this. He got himself a nice little hub. Now, did he? I love the fact that he's not noticing us. I didn't expect him to be an old man. This is not accessible. I was expecting a somewhat younger, not really young, but younger rogue. Unless he's faking it. Nice model, by the way. I love the little models. Some of them are very detailed.
I'm gone.
So he's not talking to us directly. Let's explore our surroundings. Well, this is not accessible either, right? I don't see a doorway or a way or whatever. Okay, Farod, it's time to talk. Where are you going? It's time to talk to us. Before you is an elderly man leaning heavily upon a crutch. His left leg is twisted as if he tried to work two directions at once and paid the price. His maggoty-colored skin is bunched heavily upon his skull and is flecked with liver spots. He's mumbling and smacking his lips as his eyes make a circuit of the room. Hello?
Updated my journal.
Aha! The man's eyes light up as he hears your voice. This is my steady crop of jink come to Farod's waiting arms again. My steady crop of jink. Greetings, corpse. He smiles a wicked grin. Have you come to ask Farod for another jaunt into the mortuary walls? Yeah, we probably did to him the same we did to Pox. We used him to get inside the mortuary, probably. Or maybe he's referring to the fact that we don't die. I've come for information. I've been told that you know something about me. Know something about you? The light in Farod's eyes dims. He studies you, mumbling slightly as his eyes flicker up and down your frame. Corpse? No? Yes? His eyes meet yours. Ah, no. What is it? Farod studying you with a dead, even gaze. Tisn't a mummer's fair, corpse. No time for games, no time for Farod to play the wheel. What are you asking such questions for? Well, I have forgotten myself, and I was told to seek you out, that you would know something of me. Farod licks his lips. They make a rasping sound, like dry parchment on sand. Now, who told you such a thing, corpse? Well, no one told me exactly. There were these tattoos on my back. They told me to seek you out if I ever forgot myself. Ah, so little said, so much told. Farod falls silent, and suddenly you have a feeling that Farod is dissecting you like a corpse on a mortuary slab. I know much you would know. Much, yes, much indeed. Farod smiles slowly, the folds of flesh on his face peeling back like a curtain. What do you know, then? Farod licks his lips, then settles himself upon his crutch like a vulture. No, not free. The question you ask. His pasty white hands tap the edge of his crutch. Much I can tell you, but the telling has a cost, so... Farod taps the flagstones with his crutch and sneers. This village is not all that lies buried beneath Ragpicker Square. Okay. Chambers, vaults, corridors filled with the dead, all asleep in their coffins. Somewhere in those halls, somewhere there, lies something misplaced, something mine. What is it? A small thing, a trinket, such a trifle. As Farod speaks, his words start echoing as if two people were speaking. You know you've heard them before from your own lips. Ah? It's a sphere made of bronze, ugly, feels like an egg to the touch, and it smells of rotten custard, am I right? Farod falls deathly silent for a moment, then nods. Yes, how much do you hide from me, corpse? He chuckles. Did you return to see if I remember what it is I want? But wait a second, if I already found this thing for you, why didn't I give it to you? Why don't you get one of your collectors to search for it? Because the corridors need no more dead from this village, Farod tisks. Bah! Strong, fast, clever. These are qualities my villagers do not have. They go below, they do not return. Farod glances at you. Perhaps the dead will welcome their own, That is what I think, Corpse. Well, it's not like we are that much better. Do you know what this sphere is? Farod's sigh is really shifting sand. It's like shifting sand. Why do you suppose I ask you to look for it, Corpse? I do not know where it is. I know it is buried deep, far deeper than any villager has ever gone. Farod tisks. It may be in the catacombs where the waters run deep, deep. Look, I want to know what I'm buying with this trinket. There's a lot of knowing rattling around in my brain box, Corpse. He holds up a withered finger. One of them is this bit of wisdom. Everyone wants something, whether they know it or not. There is much I know about you, much that you would want to know. At this point, I almost doubt he could tell me anything of value. But I have reasons to go down the catacombs regardless, so Could I extort something from him? People don't seem to like him that much. Maybe I should have gone to the catacombs earlier. And then... yeah, but there is this thing, right? That when you get a quest, sometimes the item you have to find spawns. Only if you accept the quest. So... that is what was... what is keeping me... I could leave him, right, and then go to the catacombs and see if I find that. But if I don't accept his quest, maybe I will never find that item. Don't know how to explain that. Can I bluff? Maybe you should tell me what you know, Farod, or I'll pen your name in the dead book with your blood. Farod's next words are delivered as if he has had a chance to memorize them. Then what I know will die with me, Corpse. It will become as ash should I die. Nothing for you. I hope he has information that only he can give. So maybe I'll find this sphere for you. Well, I could always, get the sphere and then kill him. Maybe, if the game doesn't just make it disappear, like Baldur's Gate like to do. Very well, a deal struck, a deal made. Farod cracks his crutch sharply against the flagstone. A sphere for a peek inside my brain box. Now, Corpse, there is no time to waste. Go to the gate at the south and east, and tell those slumbering fools to open it for you. Make haste. Make haste.
Updated my journal.
When you greeted me, you said something about taking me on a jaunt to the mortuary. What did you mean? You tell me, Corpse, perhaps the dusties that live there are more to your liking than some sweet-bosomed wench? Farod taps his crutch on the floor, the clacking echoing throughout the court. Most forgiving of the dusties, to let you stride in and out of there as you please, considering you don't have the decency to stay in the dead book. I wanted to get into the mortuary, probably because of the Yonara.
Updated my journal.
Farod scoffs. Corpse, you were so bent to get in there. Now you spill that you don't even know why you wanted it in there in the first place. Sometimes it's a wonder why the planes turn. What about my journal? Farod squints at you, the folds of flesh coming down almost over his eyes. The journal you had when we spoke last. Has it lost itself? Farod chuckles dryly. These eyes have not seen it, but keep them peeled, I will. I would love to read such a magnificent work. I heard you have found a wealth of bodies, Farod. Where do they come from? Does a mage tell the secret of his craft? So it is with the collector. Farod frowns, studying you. Perhaps I will tell you, but you must promise that it is for your ears only. Are you comparing yourself to a mage, Farod? I think you're insulting the craft. What I hear is for my ears only.
Updated my journal.
Very well. Farod taps the flagstones with his crutch and sneers. This village is not all that lies buried beneath Rugpicker Square. Yeah, I get that. Chambers, vaults, corridors. Farod gives the faintest of smiles, and his eyes gleam like gold. Places black as pitch, filled with weeping stones and the precious dead, all asleep in their coffins. Sleeping. So sleeping, so you kill them? Well, if he is a mage, he could rise them. But if they are sleeping, if he's saying sleeping as sleeping, maybe hibernating or something, then he can just kill them. Where do all these dead come from? Farod affixes you with a lopsided stare. Corpse, corpse, everything dies. Life is so short, but that lasts for so very, very long. Many people, many deaths. His stare travels past you, such a waste for their deaths to be useless in a dusty's arms, eh? What?
Updated my journal.
Farod smiles greedily. Not all the dead that goes to the mortuary gate is fed to the furnace corpse. The Dusties bury some of the dead in the city's bowels under the village, so near, so close, in such a place. I would have been a fool not to see opportunities. So they're burying them, and he's basically unburying them and giving them back to him? That's why their body are so decayed. Maybe that's a reason. So you rob the catacombs of the dead the dustmen placed there, sell them back to the dustmen, and they bury them again? Farod nods, then chuckles lightly. The sound is like shifting sand. These catacombs are as deep as a dusty's pocket. But where does their money come from, then? And as deep as the greed of man. Oh yes, Farod sneers. And the greed of man is something that shall always be counted upon when naught else is left, eh? Well, yes. I had some other questions. What is this place? Farod's eyes roll in his socket, scanning across the ceiling, walls, and then the floor. This here is Illwind Court, not a name of my choosing. Thank you kindly. And the keep outside this court is the buried village corpse. What is the buried village? Well, now there's a story. Farod licks his lips again, then shrugs. But to tell true, the story bores me. The short of it, it's a piece of the hive that got bricked over one day. A piece of sigil got penned in the dead book. I know what he means. You know them floating goat heads that serve the lady, them dabuses? Well, no matter if you do or not, they'll go around fixing, breaking, burying, building all the time. Do you follow? Yes. Well, as the chant goes, and a dusty chant it is too, being so old, them dabuses just damn well bricked over a section of the hive one day, and all bodies just forgot about it. Dump a lot of trash on it, and soon nobody even knows it's here. Farod smiles. Wicked, no? A piece of sigil, all forgotten. How did you find it? Farod discs. I still have my eyes, corpse, and I still have my ears. And when you have enough sense to tie the two together, then finding the dark of antimatter is not as hard as some make it out to be. Farod rubs his filthy cloak. Now, was there something else you wanted to pick my brain box about? You didn't come just to hear about this rag hole, did you? Well, it's definitely good to know where you are, and to know as much as possible. Information is valuable. If you find truthful information, that is. I once heard a tale of a man named Pharaoh, the king of rags. Farad's left eye widens, though you can't tell whether he's doing it or whether the folds of skin are just peeling back. That's so? Sigil be a berg of tales it is, but any tale involving Farad can't be one these ears wouldn't want to hear. He looks at you with mock suspicion, then grins. Become a tale-teller, have you, corpse? You know, the tale is a strange one. It tells of a man of position and wealth who had everything, then discovered he had nothing. Farad's grin freezes on his face, and his eyes take on a strange, fiery gleam. Are you certain you wish to tell this tale, corpse? Maybe you won't like how it ends, eh? Well, this, Rickwind, I think, told us this tale. I want to tell the tale. But maybe I should do this whenever I return from the catacombs. Just wait. Okay, I have the option. I hope I don't lose that option. Alright, so we're going to the catacombs. I don't know if we are...
Alright.
Ready to do it, but I haven't found any other companions, really. So... we need to just rely on Morte being a tank and us to actually doing things.
I hear your words.
Oh, so you... Okay. What didn't I do the last time? So, out. We only have 3 slots. These ones are barred. Okay, what about this one? This is the armor, which could be good for him since he seems to have very little health. Not very little, but when he's attacked, he's a little bit... his health depletes quite fast, as does mine, but I'm thinking about... I'm thinking about staying out of combat and just backstab. Ah, this one is good too. So many good spells, but Scripture of Steel. Grants +1 to hit and +1 to saving throws to all creatures that are friendly. That could actually be something. I submerge the wheel. The recipient only. Well, okay, let's stick with these. Let's put Scripture of Steel inside. So, I'm going to Marta for one moment. We're going to rest, and then we're going to get into the catacombs, I suppose. That's the best we can do. Let's rest. Here we go. Ready, our health has been replenished. Where's the door? Lord.
Alright.
And then we're going. What is my current weapon? I should have the little blade. Okay. I also read about this cranium rat charm. It's good for thieves. But I don't think we need it.
Done.
Yet. What?
I will hear you.
Come on.
Will be done.
Come on, we're going in. The guard gives you a once over with bored, half-closed eyes. If you want to use the gate, bar's your cutter. He nods towards bar, standing in front of the gate. If not, then leave me be, will you? Well, whatever, sorry. Did you hear about Greece? He had a bad go of it, didn't he? Well, he didn't come back last time round. Sounds like a deader. What were you doing with your hands? You see a massive human dressed in cast-off patchwork clothing and reeking of old ale. He's truly huge, it's obvious. He was chosen for this job for his brawn. And not his brains. What do you want? What lies beyond the gate? The Weeping Stone catacombs, lots of deaders, lots of crypts to loot. Why do they call it the Weeping Stone catacombs? Lots of water drips down from above. Oh, that's good. Make it look like the walls are crying. That's very picturesque to see and also very worrying. It's picturesque, but worrying. Name follows. So who are you? None of your damn business, frankly. Pike off. Farod gave me his leave to go down to the catacombs. I need you to open the gate. He swings open the gates. Then get going, Burke, and don't waste our time. Oh, then. That's weird.
Done.
Oh, there's. I was like, why I can't go on? You know, I can go forward. So there is a teletransportation. There is an area change. What? Oh, it looks very beautiful. Look at this face. It looks like a face, right? This grave has been thoroughly desecrated. Everything is desecrated. What about these pipes that are everywhere?
Sure, why not?
Another skull. I don't think. I think I can dump this off as well. Dump this off. I don't know. Have I ever met a skeleton that needed a skull? I don't think so.
Good is done.
Everything is desecrated. What? What is that symbol? Oh my god. Well, this is a first. Whatever. Sorry, I've never seen that. It only appears there on this body. This body appear freshly slain. Horrific claw marks scar the flesh and tiny bites cover the body. Maybe there's a giant rat in here. Like the brain rats. Oh, I heard something. It's so industrial, the look of this of the everything. I saw a cranium rat there.
What's up, Chief?
I hope I will be able... These skeletons don't appear to have been hurled from sarcophagi. They look as though they were fighting and had been cut down. Okay, so we may have a cranium rat
What's the
boss.
word, Chief?
Like a gigantic one.